Alright, so I watched My Hero Academia Season 1 and 2. First of all, terms of anime reviews, I hate it when the reviewer compares it to other anime, so that's not what we're going to do here. We're just going to judge it based on itself. Alright, so first of all, characters. I remember almost no one except for Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. And Mineta, because, he's Mineta. It's the world hated hero. Anyway, we will stick with the three: Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, and the others. I guess I could describe them. Aoyama is a French gay stereotype. Ashido, I have no idea. She was barely given anything. Much like most shonen girls. Asui, um, well, she's by far, I think, the most confident among all the heroes. Ida, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, is really a very good stereotype of a class president. Uraraka is the love interest. I'm just reminding you that this is just season one, and I've only watched season one and season two, so it's based on that. Ojiro, absolutely nothing. Kaminari is mostly played for laughs. Kirishima is basically your very enthusiastic basketball coach. Koda, again, no idea. He has a pretty cool quirk, but I get why he doesn't like it. I'm not sure how he won the preliminaries. I mean, the entrance exams with the robots. I mean, what bug could destroy a robot? I don't know. Maybe he saved some. He saved someone too, but again, how? How would you save someone using bugs? It's. I'm left to ponder with that. Sato, no idea. Shoji, he can grow limbs, I believe, but like Sato and most of the ones that I've mentioned, the personality isn't. It doesn't really stand out, which is all right. You can't make all these characters stand out, but the characters, I can't even identify what their characters are like, what their characteristics are like, what their personality is like. For the ones that I've said that I have no idea. Jiro, she has the best design in my opinion. I love that the shading on her hair is actually patterned like a beat, heartbeats actually. Pretty cool. Um, I hope she gets her own like an episode focused on her. I really want to see what she can do with her powers. It's very interesting. Cyril, nothing. The only thing I remember from this guy is that Todoroki just flash froze him, and that's it. Tokoyami, he has a pretty cool quirk, Shadow, but that's it. Most of these characters are pretty much just their quirks, aren't they? At least for season 1 and season 2. Todoroki actually is pretty cool. Deku was right when he said that in a more classical sort of way, story, Todoroki would have been the main character. And I completely agree. He has a pretty rough background with Endeavor, and his powers are amazing. He has both fire and ice. But the problem is he kind of developed, he kind of overturned, or let's see. He grew within 2 episodes, and that's like the most interesting part of him when it was revealed. Uh, but I guess I don't really have a problem with that. But Todoroki is, well, he's cool, so he's alright. Hagakure, the Invisible Girl, absolutely nothing. Bakugo, I'll get back to that later because he's special. Mineta, just call him the perv hero. That's it. And Momo. Momo is smart, and her quirk is to create anything using, I believe, body fats. The problem is she doesn't really create anything interesting. She did when the attack during the villain's attack, but was it during the villain's attack? I think it was during the villain's attack, but that was kind of it. I don't care for her personal struggles in doubting herself. I'm not sure where that came from. She knows she has an amazing quirk, and she knows she's smart and she's nice. So most people like her. So why isn't she confident with herself? I'm not sure. Um, Deku. I have no respect for Deku. Absolutely no respect. The show doesn't. He is the classical type of hero, but I mean, with what most people define hero as, like when you imagine the word hero, the first thing that comes to mind is always Superman. And even with that Boy Scout attitude of Superman, you can't you can't just push him around. You can't push him around as Clark Kent because he can't act like the way he does as Superman. But in the world of My Hero Academia, the heroes do um have a hero name, but that's only for show. Everyone knows who they are personally, and someone already wrote this in the YouTube comment section of some other video that it doesn't the concept doesn't work because then the villains would just attack their families, their friends, their loved ones, which for both season 1 and season 2 it hasn't happened, and I don't think that it's happened even up until now that it's on its fourth season, I believe. Anyway, people like Deku because they say that he's unlike other shonen protagonists, which is true. Deku is pretty much a crybaby who sucks it up when he needs to. But the problem is, he did say in the first episode that he already would be the greatest. This is the story of how he would be the greatest superhero of all time. The problem is that if we see the number 1 and number 2 hero, All Might and Endeavor, and they're both very respected by the community, I'm not sure how Deku could be respected with his attitude where you can basically spit at his face and he wouldn't do anything about it. He would just basically try to understand you. The one word that I keep remembering from whenever I think of Deku, especially when he has a flashback with his relationship with Bakugo, is that he has Stockholm syndrome. Bakugo could do anything to Deku, and Deku would still praise him as long as Bakugo is powerful, as long as he's strong. And so it really bothers me on whether Deku really likes All Might because of what kind of hero he is, that he smiles throughout all the hardships and all the danger, or whether he likes All Might because he's the freaking strongest hero there is, at least for season 1 and season 2. Because that's why he likes Bakugo. He likes Bakugo because at first because he was so strong, and then of course Bakugo's quirk was praised, so he was praised, and he gained a bloated sense of ego. Deku started following Bakugo, even though Bakugo was bullying him, which doesn't make sense for me. Anyway, with Bakugo, he is a bully, but he only bullies Deku. He's rude to everyone else he's absolutely shit to Deku. Like I'd like an entire season of Bakugo just bullying Deku, which is some would say, well, that's just too much, and I'll be like, no, no, the fandom's okay with it. The fandom's okay with it. No, no one cares. Um, well, I'm not part of that fandom, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, Bakugo is often likened to, I mean, some at least some people liken Bakugo to Vegeta and Sasuke, which is very wrong. Vegeta and Sasuke actually had backstories that tells you why they're like that. Bakugo for season 1 and season 2, no one knows why he's like that. He's just like that because he was praised. So he picks on the guy without a quirk, which, given that being having quirks is the standard in the society, wouldn't that make Midoriya sort of disabled in a certain way? I mean, if you were to hire a person, I mean, they're all going to work. There are normal works outside of being a hero in the world of My Hero Academia. If you are going to hire a person, would you hire someone without a quirk or with a quirk? Given that the vast majority as well of applicants would have a quirk. I know that. I mean, like, well, like, say if you have the quirk to, like, Shoji, he can make more hands. So basically, he can, and those hands could move individually. Basically, he could type way faster than Midoriya ever could. So, if you were to hire like someone to encode things or to basically just type everything, would you hire Shoji or would you hire Deku before he got, one for all? So, yeah, Stockholm Syndrome for Deku. And I don't respect him, and that's a problem with being a hero. If it, I don't know if I'm pretty sure he's gained some respect from the media already, but if it is exposed that he's basically a pushover and, well, not only a pushover, he's a freaking doormat. You can wipe your feet on him. He wouldn't get mad. He's at you, okay? As long as you are abusing him, Midoriya is okay with it. But the moment you abuse someone else, he's not okay with it. So he thinks less of himself, which is a problem. Like, how would you do that? It's been 2 seasons. It should have changed already. Especially because it's really annoying. Anyway, the fandom's okay with it again, so doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter for the fandom. Anyway, so a lot of what's being touted here, the purpose of the story is to define what a hero is. So basically, the concept of a hero. A hero in the world of My Hero Academia is a profession. It's not. It's no longer like an obligation, as to like some DC heroes. Or some Marvel heroes. It's an obligation. It's not an obligation. It's not quote unquote the right choice. It's a profession. So um, this is also backed up by fans of the show that the purpose is to define what the concept of what is a hero. Um, my problem is why is that a big deal? I don't really get why that's a big deal. Okay, so um, presumably all of these characters in 1A, in class 1A, has their own concept of a hero, which is good and it's very realistic. So it's not really a competition of ideas. of what a hero is, it's the concept of a hero isn't really questioned. It's more of like have your own, because no one really cares. It doesn't matter in this world whether uh what you are a hero for. No one would care as long as you do your job, as long as you save people. That's it. It's because it's not an outside it's not an outcasted or it's not unique in any sense of the way in this world. Being a hero is not unique, it's not special really. It's a profession, it's a job, much like being an accountant. So, and like being an accountant, no one cares why you're an accountant. Okay, you can love numbers. Okay, you want to avoid financial frauds. Okay, that's good. It's all okay. No one needs to define what a hero is, as long as you do the job of a hero. So to Deku, being a hero is basically what All Might is doing. Don't do it for the money, though I believe All Might is also being paid. Uh, don't do it for fame, and just basically do the right thing and give hope to people. All Might is the symbol of peace, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. With let's see, with Mineta, he wants to be a hero because he wants the fame and the girls, and I don't really see why that's wrong within the context of the world of the show, because the classical hero is, as far as I've seen from both seasons, just lives in All Might. The only difference is that he gets paid for it, but that's basically it. That's it. He's the only hero living in that classical concept of what a hero is. If Mineta saves people and just does it, and he just does it because he wants the fame, the glory, and the attention of women, why not? He's still doing his job. Todoroki basically wants to be a hero similar to how Deku is. They were both inspired by All Might, and though it's not defined yet clearly as to what he thinks a hero is or is supposed to be, I believe it's close to what Midoriya thinks it is, so it's more of what All Might is. Bakugo's concept of a hero is always winning. Whoever wins, that's the hero, and because All Might always wins, so that became his concept. And yeah, so being the strongest, that's what a hero is about with him. He formed it during childhood. It never evolved nor changed, and he carried it throughout as he grew up. Again, I don't really find anything wrong with it. As long as he saves people, as long as he does his job, it is a job. Being a hero in this world is a job. He could be a hero like that. So there's no need for a universal concept of a hero. Even All Might couldn't change the minds of any other hero as to how they should be. All Might is very prominent from season 1 and season 2, and still there are heroes like Endeavor, who is similar to Bakugo's perception of what a hero is, be the strongest. There's that wood guy. I forgot. No, not that wood guy. No, not the wood guy. The giant girl with the horns. Her concept of a hero is she's obviously just a hero for fame, which is fine. And but All Might All Might's concept of a hero didn't change that. It didn't change anything. So does there need to be a concept of a universal? Why does there need to be a universal concept of a hero when even the most prestigious hero currently, the symbol of peace, could not change it? That because this is actually very realistic, and one of the things that I liked but is also conflicting within the anime. Anyone could have a definition uh for concepts like what being a hero is. You just need the bare minimum of it, like save people. That's it. That's it. And in this case, be a hero, like have the title because it's a profession. That's it. There's nothing to change. There's no universal concept of a hero. Everyone could have their own definition of it. So, to me, the concept of a hero isn't a big deal as long as they do their job. Everyone can have their own perception of what being a hero is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just do your job. And to be honest, Stain already defined what a hero is in this world. It's a bunch of people doing it for the money, people who are gifted and who have trained, doing it for the money, for the glory, for the fame, maybe to attract who they want to attract. And that's it. Nothing wrong with it because they still do their job. There's even if they change their concept of a hero, so what? Nothing will change. They will still do their job. That's it. As long as they don't become villains, have at it. So yeah, My Hero Academia is actually very realistic in many ways, and the only problem is that, as I've said, that realism contradicts a lot of why people like it, in my opinion, at least. So that's it.